Hey guys, Zach back with Eminence Art. Today I'm going to do a full tutorial on how to do an acrylic pour, also known as fluid art. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I also love oil paintings and landscapes, and I'm getting into portraits, and there's a lot of different art that I'm experimenting with, but this is one of my go-to therapy sessions right here. So I really wanted to give a comprehensive tutorial on how to do your first acrylic pour if that's what you're looking to do. I've been doing this for about 2 to 3 years now, and I kept my first original pour because it was so bad, just because I wanted to see what it would look like in a couple years. Unfortunately, I recently moved, and I don't think I still have it, but that might be a future video. Here's the thing, guys. There's not a lot that you need to know for an acrylic pour, but there are some things that will save you a ton of time, and I'm going to start there. So, colors. There's a lot of different brands, Nick Pro, Masters Touch, a couple others. No brand really stood out to me that much, but as far as the base coat, you probably heard that term at least once. If you hadn't, it's a white, a black, maybe a neutral color that you're going to use to set down on your base. So let's say this is your canvas. Most of this will be white, if white is going to be your base coat. And the best base coat that I found so far is this Royal Interior Paint and Primer Eggshell. It's excellent. I've seen some other YouTube fluid artists using this, and it works great. Just one note, you've got to mix it. You got to mix it really well. And the store can actually shake it up if you do it at like an Ace Hardware or somewhere else, or they can mix it there rather. But going into base coats to mediums, I've really found one medium that I really like. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. I think the brand is Curate Color, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. This works great. When I first started doing some fluid art, here, I'll give you an example. I had a lot of bubbles popping up, and some of this is because of another medium, but although I really like this, I don't know if I'd try to sell it, because the surface you're going to notice is not as smooth. And I mean, some people like that, but for me, I like the surface really smooth and no bubbles. So for bubbles, your best friend is going to be this guy or any other torch, and we'll get to that later. But back to the medium. So what I did was, this was an empty bottle. I just put 1-to-1 ratio of this and this medium, and I've got my base coat mixed up here. Now, definitely want to have some little stirring sticks. You want to have your gloves. And I can't stress enough how important mixing is. Even if you have a pre-mixed paint like this or like this, these are both actually quite different. Hey guys, my audio went out, so I'm doing a voiceover. My apologies about that. So getting back to the video. Right now I'm holding silicone. It's a medium that helps create cells. It's definitely one of the best, and you can buy it separately on Amazon or other art websites, or some of the fluid art companies that sell fluid paint will send some of this with the paint that you buy, such as Nick Pro, NICPRO. They'll send a little bottle with it. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is Floetrol, and you maybe heard that term before. The biggest thing to know about this, yes, it creates cells, but you really need to strain it well. If you get it from a bottle this big, this jug, you can use pantyhose, wrap it around the end of the bottle. That works pretty well. So, regarding my canvas, it is brand new. I spilled a little paint on it earlier. And to note, it doesn't matter if there is a few little specks or spilled paint on your canvas, just wipe it all off. Make sure the surface is completely dry. And we're going to cover it up anyway. So here we go. I'm going to start pouring the white paint, trying to get around all the edges, where I'm just going to leave a little rectangle in the middle without paint, where I'm going to start putting a few other colors in a minute. All right, now that I've got a good amount of white on my canvas, if I haven't mentioned, this is a 24 by 36 inch canvas, by the way, but I'm going to start adding on the Sedona and, let's see, the yellow ochre. Torch those bubbles, and now I'm going to start working on getting that paint around. So now that I've got a little bit of composition, the painting, some of that paint is throughout the canvas, I'm going to start putting on my red and gold and turquoise. Using a paint stick to help me get it out of the cup so that I don't drip around. Bubbles, working on getting the bubbles out. And now I'm going to take my palette knife and I'm going to start doing some swipes here. I'm continuing to swipe, and technically this could be called a fantasy swipe. But again, I'm trying to get some sharper angles all towards one direction, which will be shown more evidently in an upcoming clip here. Alright guys, these are the final results. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for bearing with me through my audio problems. Like, follow, subscribe, and share. I appreciate y'all. Peace.